exit field down to the main straightaway, and the green flag is out.
And Blewett gets the jump as he'll lead him down into turn number 1. Great start for Blewett, and Justin Bonsignor will follow around on the outside to go to second.
The outside line working the advantage. Meanwhile, Ronnie Silk, contact, shuffled out of line to the bottom. They're 3 wide through turns 3 and 4, and Silk on the opening lap from second, now outside the top line.
Yeah, Silk continues to fade and holding up that bottom line for sure. They're all scurrying to get around him on the outside as Silk had a bad start and continues to have a challenge of those cars trying to freight train him on the outside.
Bottom shot move, Justin Bonsignor goes to the race lead, but here comes Jimmy Blewett. Coming back from the bottom, he'll lead the lap as they came across to complete lap number 2, and they are still wheel-to-wheel going through turns 1 and 2 with Blewett down low and Bonsignor on the outside.
Yeah, Bonsignor makes that run, gets a great run off the second turn on the outside, and will lead them down into turn number 3. That outside row is coming as they come across the stripe. Right behind him is Ronnie Williams in the 50, right on his tail down into turn 1.
Ronnie Williams, known for his Sunoco Modified competition. He's got 4 wins in local competition here at this racetrack. He takes the lead off turn 2, brings Craig Lutz right with him, who won the last time we raced here in 2020.
You see, with the slightest hesitation coming out of that turn, you lose a couple of spots. That's what happened with Justin Bonsignor, as again, Ronnie Williams was able to get right by him and go to the point.
Pretty racy here early on. We're only 4 laps in. We've seen a handful of lead changes already. Ronnie Williams at the point, Craig Lutz and Justin Bonsignor, that's your top 3. Go a little bit further back, though. Ronnie Silk, the championship point leader, is stuck on the bottom. He's getting freight trained as everybody goes around the outside.
Yeah, a little too early to really run hard on the bottom and use the car up. So he's just looking for a spot where he can get back into line. And it looks like that might be happening now.
Straight away, the 78 car of Walt Sutcliffe has spun to the infield grass right behind the scoreboard here at the infield at Thompson Speedway. And he's got that car turned back around and pointed in the right direction as he didn't make contact with the infield barrier there along the back straightaway. Throws the green flag, and Craig Lutz in the outside lane is off and running. He's got Jimmy Blewett right behind him in the 70 York.
Yeah, but this time McKennedy beats him to the turn and slides right up in front of him. McKennedy will lead down the backstretch. That's the move McKennedy wanted to make on the last restart, and now it's come true for him as he will lead him out of turn 4 and down the front stretch.
John McKennedy, the race leader in the 79. Lutz now back to second. It's a battle for third between Ronnie Silk in the 16 car and the 70 York of Jimmy Blewett. 6th. Oh, trouble deeper in the field. Doug Covey is involved. Andrew Kraus, Dave Zapienza, Tyler Ripkema is in it. Ronnie Williams is there. Ken Hagee and Patrick Emmerling in a multi-car incident here off turn 4.
And he's able to clear him, at least for the time being.
Jimmy Blewett to the race lead. McKennedy goes around in front of the entire field. Silk is involved. Kyle Bonsignor is involved, along with Justin Bonsignor and Donnie Leah. And a driver we haven't talked about a lot tonight, the 46 sitting there as well, Timmy Salamito, as Craig Lutz underneath Tommy Catalano in turn 3 to go back to the point.
We talked earlier about Craig Lutz trying to go 2 in a row.
Trouble here on the front stretch. One car hard in the outside wall. A car is Jimmy Blewett in the 70 York. You see Ripkema in the 32 goes to the outside lane. They're 3 wide for a moment. Kobe on the bottom gets into Jimmy Blewett. Blewett gets sideways. Kobe sideways again. And that final hit between Doug Kobe and Jimmy Blewett sends Blewett hard into the outside wall at about a 45-degree angle, right past the start-finish line of the flag stand.
Ron Silk and John McKennedy. McKennedy again trying to set him up and make a move on the inside.
McKennedy pulls out a line, draws alongside in turn 3 this time. They nearly come together. Off turn number 4 they come. McKennedy with a slight advantage, but outside lane has speed and momentum, and Silk goes in and there's contact. John McKennedy and Ronnie Silk get together, and Ronnie Silk into the outside wall in turn 1. Damage to the right rear of that machine. Smoke as a Nerf bar rubs the left rear tire. And the caution flag is out. 17 laps away from the finish. And Silk and McKennedy, for the second time tonight, tangle the 2 championship leaders with 7 laps to go.
Green flag is in the air, and Lutz gets the jump right at the start, trying to take Eric Goodall with him as they Goodall right behind him on the back bumper, and thinking 3 wide is Ryan Priest down on the bottom.
McKennedy gets through to fourth, picks up a couple of spots. Priest sideways getting down into turn number 3. Gathers it back in. He'll fall back to fifth, though. Sparks from Justin Bonsignor as he's in the wall off turn 4.
They're all fighting for position in the final laps of the Phoenix Communication 150. Craig Lutz has been able to get out and get into a comfortable lead. The leader is making his way out of turn 4.
Off turn number 4. Craig Lutz will win at Thompson for his 4th career Whelen Modified Tour victory.